music, and that's fine. There's enough people on the planet. I'd rather be in the corner with a few people that I like than playing to the masses. So I don't have a problem with it. But I think that rock it's never going to be what it was, but that's okay. I think that it can't be. So that's better that we just deal with that.
Yeah. I mean, I was just talking to somebody about it, the idea of, the niche culture, because people will like what they like. It's the going on a good news, bad news situation. There's so many artists out there, but yet you can find somebody that you extremely like as well. So it's kind of an interesting time. And you have that, everybody has that access now to as much music as they possibly can. So I'm interested to see kind of where everything is. I think, what was I going to ask you? I was going to ask you about, I mean, so you haven't played outside of basically out of Maine. You haven't done anything like that, but with your audience, I mean, how far have you kind of reached out some of your fans out there? What's probably the furthest they've tuned in from?
Oh, I mean, we have a couple people from Russia who come pretty regularly on our Twitch stream and watch us. So as far away as you can get, pretty much. I know that South Africa was kind of big for us for iTunes for a little while there when we first released the EP. That's the thing that I love about the internet is that I'm not limited to the people in my immediate area at all in any way. So, music is kind of universal. So if you bring something to the table, then people will show up. That's kind of my philosophy. So streaming works doubly in that way. And I think that you are right. I think that the future is going to be, I mean, whether it's pandemics that push us there or not, this next generation is going to be more used to watching things on their computer than watching things in person. And whether that's a good thing or a bad thing is beyond me to say, but it's certainly true that streaming is going to be the future of entertainment.
Yeah, like I said, there's quite a few people that are early adapters like yourself. So, it'll be interesting to see what happens in 2021. Now, you've got a couple of songs out right now, and you're also kind of thinking about, kind of what's going on. Obviously you said that you're writing quite a few songs while you're, while there as well. I mean, what are you looking forward to in 2021?
Looking forward to? I am looking forward to, so right now my brother and I both work, as of today, we both work full-time jobs outside of music and all the other things that we stream. So 2021 is the year where we transition, and we've already started that process where we're shifting from full-time to part-time. So we're part-time, like day job, whatever, and then eventually we'll get all the way to what we're trying to do for a living. So that's exciting, and it's looking like that's going to line up pretty well with 2021. Outside of that, just having 2021 will probably be when we release the full album, and having that out there will be fun for me, and it'll be fun to do. So I'm excited about both of those things.
Yeah, I remember I was going to ask you about some of your earlier influences in terms of your music. Tell me a little bit of some of the stuff that you listened to when you were younger, and kind of some of the people that influenced you coming into the music realm.
Well, so the first music that I ever really listened to, I grew up in a very religious household, so I had to like sneak off to listen to any real music. But Johnny Cash is my first musical influence, and I remember hearing him and being like, "Whoa, this is like totally different than anything I've ever heard." And just the storytelling and the way that he sang, I just absolutely loved it. But growing up, like adolescence, I mean, Modest Mouse, Third Eye Blind. I had Bright Eyes. I love that kind of just barely touching the mainstream, where it's still like they have a couple hits that get on the radio, but they're like, you imagine like a 15-year-old girl loving the song on the radio and then going by the album and being like, oh, this sucks. Like those are the albums that I like. Like she returns it and then I buy it secondhand because it's so good. Yeah,
that's great. Okay, now let's talk a little bit. I mean, like I said, a couple of your songs are currently out right now. Tell me a little bit. Tell me where everybody can check you out on social media and check out your streaming.
So our big thing right now is our Facebook page. So you can just type Psychopath Etiquette in really anywhere and you'll find us. We're the only one with a bin name similar to that. Our Facebook page is where we have the most followers, where we have the most stuff, and that's where all of our stuff goes through. We stream simultaneously to Twitch and Facebook. So if you're into Twitch, then we're there. But if you're not, then we're on Facebook too. That's where most of the people see us. As far as our music goes, anywhere you get music, we're there. But I usually send people to Spotify because it's free and you can just put it in a playlist or whatever and just enjoy it. And it's good for us. It's good for you. So, but I mean, we're on iTunes and stuff like that too.
Okay. Anything else going for you guys? I mean, obviously the streaming and all that as well, but anything else you want to add?
The only other thing I would add is that we're also, and this is another thing that I think is sort of the future of bands in general, is that we're branching out into other things. That's one of the nice things about having mostly an online presence, is that we're able to do like a podcast, and we can make internet content that we think is funny, and it all sort of fits into this idea. So it's like we're not just a band, like we're more like a group. I mean, we do a bunch of different stuff, and so I think that's the future. I think that bands are going to take more advantage of the platform that they have to really express themselves in all the other ways that artists express themselves. And the internet's an amazing way to do that. It's an amazing tool for that.
Yeah, I mean, OK Go, I think, was probably the one of the first to, kind of do that. I mean, they're not only a great band, but their video for Here We Go Again, I mean, that went viral. So,
for sure.
So definitely, they're also a visual kind of medium for this as well. So we'll have to see. I mean, are you guys planning on doing any music videos at any point?
For sure. It'll probably time up with the first single for the next album. We'll be working on a music video simultaneously with that, so we'll probably drop one and then the other. But yeah, we love video. We love making videos, so music videos are a no-brainer for us.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what you guys come up with as well. It's absolute pleasure to have you on the show, and hopefully when the full-fledged album comes out, we'll have you back on.
Yeah, I'd love to be back.
Thanks for joining us.
Anytime.
You guys can check us out on social media at SWIV, at SWIV on Twitter, also Somewhere in Vegas on Facebook, and at SWIV Podcast on Instagram. You guys please subscribe to us on iTunes, or you guys can check us out on Alexa as well. You just talk up to Alexa and ask for Somewhere in Vegas Podcast. We will have episodes on Mondays and Wednesdays throughout the rest of the year, celebrating our 13th anniversary as a podcast. So definitely subscribe to us. Thanks a lot for joining us. We'll be back next week here on Somewhere in Vegas.